Shut the hell up.
Get your kids involved in your business at an early age. They can learn and grow as you learn and grow. The purchase price is $50,000 and the construction cost is $50,000, and you need about $20,000 of your own money to put down.
Sometimes when I'm here by myself, I be thinking about you like, damn, this motherfucker really outsmarted me.
On this episode, I want to know, do y'all spoil y'all kids?
So let me just say something to elaborate on what you just asked, right? I was watching. I was going through my old pictures and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And I seen the picture in 2007 when I took them to Vegas. Was that for 7, right?
Yeah.
04 or 7?
7.
2007 when I took them to Vegas for the All-Star game. They was little boys, mm-hmm. like 4 and 5, and man was like 9. And I remember, but underneath of it, that my caption was, if you raise them that way, this is all they will know. Mm-hmm. That was in 07. I just looked at this last night, right? So I want to say to you that my friends used to come here, right? And they used to be like, I specifically had a few friends that came here and was like, yo, man, I know your kids be going crazy in this house. And I'm like, no, it's their house. They live here. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you the truth. We don't spoil our kids.
We don't.
Our kids, like, I be having to make my son like, yo, your sneaks a dick. Like, you gonna buy some sneaks or not? Not knowing that he can have 150 pair of sneaks. I know some kids that got 100 pair of sneaks and don't live nowhere near the way my kids live. You know what I'm saying? So they're not spoiled. They're just, they just don't have to struggle. They've been, I think we eliminated struggle. Yeah, we eliminated struggle. So I don't think they're spoiled at all. We just eliminated struggle. Yeah. To answer your question, you know, do you think you spoiled?
I don't. Corey turned, 16? He got a car. He got a Benz. Why? Because I can afford to buy that kind of car, right? But then he turned 17. He got a Maserati. Why? Because you got it from your friend car lot, and we had to finance it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we made provisions. Like, so let me tell you something. When my son turned 16, I got him a Benz, right? I told both of my sons, they were 16 and 15. And I told them, no, Corey was 17, I think, right? And U was 16. Maybe. 17 and 16, I was like, y'all budget is like $25,000, right? Their budget was $25,000 a piece. And a friend of mine, shout out to Ivy Autos in New Jersey, AVI Autos in New Jersey. And he always got little exotic cars, but they was used cars. So I got my son, Corey had a buggy eye, one of them Benzes, one of them new Benzes, whatever. He had a Benz and U had a Benz, right? We got both of them Benzes, right? They both had Mercedes when they were 16 and 17 years old. But I paid $20,000 for each car. And then I had a relationship with him where I only had to give him $10,000 down on each car. So it cost me $20,000 to get my sons in 2 Mercedes. You know what I'm saying? Then he had such quality cars that for their birthday next year, I took them back and they traded them up. And I got Corey the Maserati and U had the Bentley, right? But he still had his little Benz because he didn't trade it, hadn't bought his Benz up. But he loved that Benz so much, he never drove the Bentley, so I gave the Bentley back. But it was a used, older Bentley. But my kids were like 18 and 17. So it cost me nothing. The crazy thing is, once I got my son the Maserati was paid for, and my other son's car paid for. And what happened was, which is crazy, is that my son ended up selling his Maserati for like $40-something thousand, and he had already rode it for a year and he owed nothing on it. So it was really a play. You know, if you make smart plays, you can have things. You know what I mean? I watch a lot of people just go out and just overdo some things. You know what I mean? I see some people spoil their kids. You know what I mean? And I don't think that we just in a position. I feel like tricking, right? Like some people trick, right? But then some people is going to just take the woman wherever they are. Like if I'm used to eating that, if I'm riding in a Ferrari, then whoever I pick up on a date gonna ride in a Ferrari. If I'm going to a 5-star restaurant, then she gonna eat at a 5-star restaurant. If I'm staying in a luxury hotel and I take her with me. She's staying in a luxury hotel. So it's the things that I would do anyway that this person would have access to. You know what I mean? Opposed to me saying, here, take this money and go get you a car here. Take this money and go eat here. Go buy all this. Like, I think it's a difference. You know what I mean? I think it's a difference between spoiling somebody and just introducing them to a different lifestyle, different mindset.
I heard somebody on Instagram say the other day, like, why would he relate himself to hood stuff when he's a black person, but he didn't grow up that way? He grew up. Who was that?
Did you see me with the comments?
No, I just heard it.
So basically, he was saying, basically he was just saying, like, everybody, why do people that come from good stock, great stock, let me say it right. I'm not gonna say good stock. People who are privileged, more fortunate than others that grew up in different communities, why do they feel like in order to say they're black, they have to be ignorant and talk, ignorant and walk, ignorant and stuff like this? And what he said was absolutely right. He's like, they call me Carlton, like that's offensive. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to talk proper. I want to be able to speak eloquently. You know what I'm saying? And I understood what he was saying. It was the delivery. He was like, why would I want to be like you? I grew up in a $500,000 house. My car is more than your rent, no cosign. Like, this the stuff he was saying. So I commented and said, a $500,000 house is average. And people went off, where's a $500,000 average? Black people this. I said, it has nothing to do with black people. A $500,000 house in America is average. That's average. It's sad to say, as a community, we are living below average. So a $500,000, guess what? Because it's a shock to the system now, because a $500,000 house is in the ghetto right now with no driveway, nowhere to park, no garage, no front yard, no grass. You understand what I'm saying? So $500,000 houses are average. So then people was attacking me. It was like, you comparing your today to his 10 years ago. I said, yo, my kids grew up in a $700,000 house I got 19 years ago. The house we sitting in right now, 19 years ago, and guess what? They was not rich. My neighbors are average. They go to work every day. They drive regular cars. You know what I mean? They live regular, mediocre lives. You know what I mean? But they had longevity in it because they were living inside of their means. So I don't think we so much as spoiled the kids. I don't think we spoiled them. I think we gave them a lifestyle like you. I don't think you're spoiled sometimes. I think you spoiled in certain ways. You know what I mean? I don't.
In love.
No,
I'm
you
spoiled in
no,
love.
No. You kind of.
You think so? Because I don't want to be like that. They tell me that all the time. Sus tell me all the time I'm spoiled. I'm not spoiled.
You are.
Sus,
you are. You're not the same
please?
person that you. You're not the same person that you started off being.
Like,
I think
should
that.
I be offended?
No, it's not a bad thing, but I think that in the beginning, you was really, you was putting the work in. You know what I mean? You was trying to earn your position. You was earning your spot. I think that once we got married, and I really went from just making sure you was cool, because I put a lot on you. Like you had just as much responsibility as me as far as ground wise. But once we got married, like, I showed you another level. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna make it. You good. You know what I'm saying? And I think that gave you the option to be more reserved. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of times, because I'm gonna, like, I go out and make sure you good. Like, you don't have to ask me for anything. You understand what I'm saying? It's different when you gotta ask. You really don't have to ask me for anything, unless it's something that I don't know that we need to do. But I mean, I know that like I pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you know, if you don't make money, if something got to get paid, you'll pay it. But I don't expect you to pay the bills. I don't expect you to pay the mortgage. I don't expect you to pay the electric. You know what I mean? I don't expect my kids to pay their bills either. You know, I pay everybody's bills. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just what I come from. I'm a provider. I make money to take care of my family. I don't make money to keep it sitting in the bank or keep it somewhere where, you know, maybe I can get a little bit of it and everybody got to struggle. Like I make sure that my kids, if they can't meet their requirements at the end of the month, then I make sure they're cool. You know, whoever's in our circle, I make sure they're cool. And I think that in a certain way, everybody got to the point where it's like subconsciously, it's like he got us. You know what I'm saying? I always tell you that. Subconsciously, it's like he got us. Not saying that y'all don't have to work. Not saying that y'all don't work. But the reality of it is like it's like I'm a stand on anything that we got going on. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go out ahead. I'm gonna make it shake. You know what I mean? That's why I try not to get, you know, I try to get upset. Y'all notice me lately. I don't get upset. I don't let anything bother me. I'm not going to allow no human being in the world to make me come out of, you know what I mean, my, to put me in a mental state where I can't think, you know what I mean? I just won't deal with it, you know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you got to that point.
And that's a good thing.
Yes.
It's a beautiful, I like the space that I'm in. If I'm arguing with somebody on the phone, I feel like it's about to be arguing, like, yo, I love you, I'm done. I ain't talking about this no more.
So
like,
back to this spoiled thing. Am I a spoiled brat?
You're not a brat. I mean, you super different. Such thing she a brat? She not a brat. Not no spoiled brat. I know, I seen some, listen, I know, I got some friends that's in some relationships, and you are definitely not a spoiled brat.
Well, I apologize, because I don't mean to.
I mean, you're not really, I don't think you a brat. You don't act brat. You'll be chilling. Let me tell you something. Dion don't count. Let me tell you something.
Well, Dion is my oldest sister. I'm supposed to act like that with her.
Yeah, that's her little sister, so it's different. Let me tell y'all something. Even my male friends, like, commend you on how you move. You know what I'm saying? And how decent you are. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? When they go through stuff, they be like, man, you know what I mean? She ain't like Nick, or, you know what I mean? Nick different. See, Nick, you different. You and Nick different. You know what I mean? She different. You know what I mean? Like, I had people all the time asking, like, yo, how do your wife let you just be going for weeks at a time without giving you no problems? I'm like, yo, I come home with the bag. Like, my wife know I'm working. Like, I gotta go to work. Like, if you got a woman that's not gonna allow you to work, like, bro, you got a problem. Like, you know what I mean? How do you grow? Like, and vice versa. Like, I'll allow you to, I'm not just on the road by myself. You're at home. I trust you as well.
That's why it's important for me to connect with these women now and provide community, because it could be something going on where, I can explain and get them to understand that type of situation.
I mean, because there's nothing like support. Do you think that I support you?
100%. Support me? I should have done this podcast 10 years ago if it was up to you. Support me. Man, you make me believe that I could do things that I, maybe not want to, or feel like I can't. You always telling me I can.
Like, I watch social media, right? And I watch some of the top women that I know. I mean, and I'm going to say this. My category of top women may not actually be the top women, but people where I come from, like, and my favorite, my Stormy at the top. She my favorite. I watch Stormy all the time, and I didn't just meet Stormy in this run. You know what I mean? I knew Stormy. I met Stormy probably 15 years ago before any of this. She was a flat-foot hustler. You know what I mean? She was selling the body magic, where, what y'all call them now, fire highs or whatever, them things that keep y'all bodies in. She was selling that shit 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Body couture and shaping with the women's or whatever. So, and they was making money, and she was on the road. They was going from city to city selling them. And so to watch her now, I'm super proud of her, and I always say that because I physically saw it out my eyes, somebody grind from the mud. Like with us, there's people that watch us on the internet, but then you got people that physically saw you, that know you, know what you came from, know where you started at, and know where you are now. You know what I mean? That's why I kind of was pushing you, you know what I mean, to speak more, be more involved with your groups. You know what I mean? And just come out, because there's so many people that's being done and they're getting a disservice. You know what I mean? When I see people women like that, I like Nicole. I love Nicole. I think Nicole is all that. You know what I'm saying? Her and her husband, you know what I'm saying? Dana, that goes without question. But I think that you have something unique. You know what I mean? I think I watched a lot of people come out and shoot their load, and they trying and they struggling with all of this content, and they trying to be this person. And you just sit back every day and just be your calm, regular self. And I think that people have a misconception of you. And I think that people think that I'm crazy and you're this quiet person that just, you know what I'm saying? Am I lying, sus?
I just know how to carry myself. I don't need to be crazy.
Because you're a mess.
I'm not a mess or crazy or spoiled.
You initiate a lot of stuff that I do.
That's not true. That's not true, guys. I do not initiate a lot of stuff you do.
You do.
Maybe some, but not a lot.
You smart.
Very.
You good. You're good. Sometimes when I'm here by myself, I'll be thinking about you like, damn, this motherfucker really outsmarted me. Too many people can't outsmart me, but you outsmarted me.
That's not true. I'm just me. I'm peaceful.
You are. You be chilling. So let me ask you a question.
Okay. Let's get your question.
What are some of the goals that you got set for this year?
Network. I want to network. I want to meet some new people.
That's dope.
Connect with some new women. I want to start my spa business. I've been saying it for years and not moving on it. I hadn't even done the research or anything, so that's just talk. But this year, I really want to get that spa business up and running. I'm writing a book. I want to travel more. I feel like we have not been on vacation. I mean, I know you
people
took me
swear
away.
we ball because we live in Miami. They think we be.
We don't.
They don't know we be in the house.
We don't even go outside. That's a good thing though. Like to be that comfortable at home where you don't have to go out. But and then we bring everybody to our home. But I don't want to do. I said no parties this year. That New Year's Eve party, that was it. No parties at the house this year. Let's travel.
No,
we haven't done that in a long time.
I know, and a lot of people don't know that. I think y'all don't understand. We go through so many hardships that when we in our funk and we grinding, we don't want to do nothing. Yeah. We street people, so it's like if we got to take care of something. I ain't trying to be on Instagram balling, and I know I'm struggling to close this deal. I don't got that front and shit in me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we sit still and we bumping and grinding, but it's like they doing this, they doing that. We're not doing anything. This is the way we live, and we have lived this way. Like I said, this house is 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? It's 20 years old. It's not nothing new. Before I had any mentorships, before I had, dealt with any of these people, any of these groups, or any of this stuff, like I lived this way. You know what I'm saying? The entire time. And it's not hard to live this way. You know what I mean? Like my mortgage in this big house is like $3,300. Some people renting apartments. You know what I'm saying? At 3,300. So I'm blessed to have been in the game this long where I can be in a comfort zone, like this. If we can travel anywhere, what's the first place you want to go?
I want to go to Greece.
That's the first place?
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope.
Greece. All right, that means next month I'm going to be in Greece because I'm spoiled.
Shut the hell up.
No, I do. I want to go to Greece. You know why I want to go to Greece? Because you wanted to go to Greece, and I wanted to take you to Greece. So that's why I want to go to Greece. Yeah. Because to me, it don't matter. I just want to. I'm just ready to go. Yeah. I'm just ready to go.
You're just ready to be at peace. That's why. Listen, that's why. No disrespect to the financing, but that's why I teach that. I teach debt free because we're tired, and before people, get in a ton of debt. Like I know people now that's did real estate deals and they borrow money and they stress. I don't want that shit. Yeah, I don't want to be stressed. I don't want to be. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna sell my stuff. I'm gonna pay off my debts, and I'm gonna go again. And that's it. That's what got us rich. I think what got us rich is just buying and selling houses. All this in between with the refining and the renting and a mortgage payment and this. I don't want to do none of that no more.
It's too much. That's why I really stopped talking about financing so much. Is because I don't want to get people in debt. I don't want to make it seem like I made you get this loan. I do offer them. They are available. But I just want people to really know what they're getting into. That's it.
People watch us and other people, influencers on social media, and it's crazy. They really think, they have no clue. They think 700 credit score LLC, I'm in the game. They have no clue. I mean, you talking about people who can barely pay electric bill or cell phone bill on time every month, getting into hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt worth of debt and not even collecting tens of thousands of dollars. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's scary. Had somebody taught me or told me, I would have kept buying my houses like I was. Yeah. Buying them, flipping them, taking my profit, going again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I was super hyped to try the programs out because that was the business I was in. And it can work. You just really have to have a plan. That's it. If you plan and prepare for it, then you can use them. But
so people always plan to get in, right? And I'm gonna be done with this. And I just want to ask you this, your opinion before we leave. People learn how to get in the game. Why is everybody so afraid of the exit strategy? They speak it, but I have yet to see anyone teach the exit strategy. You know what I mean? And now that I'm here and I'm teaching people how to get out of the debt. It's like I'm the bad guy because I'm not forcing people to get loans. You know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff with them loans. Like people get business funding and people charging them 10-20% to get them. But
that's why, because people are making money off of them getting funding. So that's why they're giving you all that.
But it's okay. It's okay if they got to get in that way. Let me explain it to you. If I'm going to put you in the game, right, I'm going to tell you how to try to protect yourself, how to move, how to do this. I'm not just putting you in the game because I want you to buy something off of me. You understand what I'm saying? Is that just me?
Everybody don't think like us.
Because I want to show people the exit strategy. So what do you think the exit strategy is? What would be your, if you can take them out, I guess, before you go to commercial or whatever, what exit strategy, what is it? What is an exit strategy?
Exit strategy is getting out of debt and being debt free, leaving your kids a portfolio, leaving your kids assets, investments, and stuff that's debt free. Something that they'll just make money off of, get money off of every month or however you have it set up, and they don't have to pay anybody for it or work for it or anything like that. That's an exit strategy for me. And when I talk about the financing exit strategies, I push fix and flips more than cash out refis now, because my thing used to be like cash out refi and hold, but then you look up and you got 10 to 20 properties and they're all leveraged. Like you really don't own this. At any time you miss a payment, somebody could take it away from you. So you don't really own that stuff. So I push the fix and flips more now so you can get the capital and you could buy something that's free and clear. And that's the exit strategy.
That's dope.
Everything free and clear.
That's dope. You're smart.
I learn as I go. You got to keep educating yourself. That's it. When things happen, when COVID happened, that's when I realized, that's why we never used loans before. Yep. It was all fun and games when I looked up in 6 months, I had 8 properties and it was worth like $5 million. I was like, what? Kept on going. But when COVID hit and nobody couldn't pay rent and we had to cover all that, those mortgage payments or give me the house, no, that's not the way to live. That's not the way to live. I'm going to answer a couple questions that you guys are posting through social media.
Somebody asked you, how do you manage work and home? Family and business. How do you manage that?
How do I manage family and business? By spending a lot of time in my prayer closet. But we kind of made it a family business. So 1, we can spend time together, and 2, our legacy can continue. So get your kids involved in your business at an early age, because it's super hard trying to get them to focus on what you want them to do when they turn 18, because at 18 they think that they already know what they want to do, right? So get them involved as early as possible. That way they can learn and grow as you learn and grow. So, but that's how you balance it. Make your family a part of your business.
The next person said, been in my house over 16 years. How do I refinance?
So if you live in the property, that you have to use traditional banking to refi your home. So just contact your bank. You could start with whoever mortgaged your home now, whoever holds the mortgage to your home now. Contact your bank, see what the requirements are. Make sure your credit is where it says it's supposed to be. Make sure whatever they tell you need, you got that before you apply. There's no denials.
Somebody said, if your home is in a living trust, can I still take out a HELOC? Yes, but you got to understand that you got to know how to spend the money. Remember, if you're the trustee, you get paid for running the trust. So the money inside of the loan inside of the HELOC all belongs to the trust. The HELOC, the loan inside of the trust all belongs to the trust. It doesn't personally belong to you. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to understand how to maneuver and what spending habits you should have. All right, y'all got that? Mm-hmm. Next question. What happened?
Somebody said Rolling with the Parkers podcast, episode 1. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? That's no Philly in the building.
No, this is Nikki podcast.
What you trying to say?
Nothing. Love you.
I'm just throwing a oop. I want you to dunk it.
I appreciate you joining me today.
So let me ask you something. Realistically, what type of budget should an average person have getting into the business, and how long should it take them to actually get the ball rolling?
You mean real estate?
Yes.
What type of budget?
What type of budget should the average person have?
I think they should start off with like $20,000, then they could buy one of those properties in the inner cities like Cleveland or Flint, Michigan, and they can clean it up a little bit, resell it, or depending on what the condition of the property is, they can just get it rented out. Sometimes those properties are tenant occupied.
Can you break down the purchase rehab loan real fast? So if the same person didn't want to go my route and go debt free and buy, sell, and scale, what could they do with $20,000 just purchasing purchase rehab?
So a purchase rehab loan is for you to use the funds to purchase something and fix it up. So with a $20,000 budget, you can buy something that's cost $50,000 and you need like $35,000 to $50,000 to fix it up. And the lenders provide up to 10%, well, between 10 and 20% of your total project cost. It all depends on your credit and all that kind of stuff. So you can get 10% of, I didn't mean to say that, y'all. They give you 90% of your project purchase price, and the 10% is your down payment, and they give you 100% of the construction cost. So $20,000 will cover like a 50-50. If you ever heard Greg and I talking about the 50-50 program, that's what the purchase price is, $50,000, and the construction cost is $50,000, and you need about $20,000 of your own money to put down.
So basically, to break it down in Ebonics, if you buy something for 50, you need 50 to fix it up. You need 100. In order to get that 100, you need between 20 and 25,000 down, right? And they'll give you the money to purchase the property. That's why I was saying in Cleveland, I was like, everybody that bought a house in Cleveland, those duplexes we got for 20 right now, we can sell them for 50. Because if a person buy it for 50 and need 50 to fix it, they need a total loan amount of 100. It's only gonna cost them 25,000 to actually get in on a project like that. And right now, it's our time to shine.
Or the people that purchase the properties in Cleveland, if they want to hold on to them, they can get the construction only loans, rehab only loans, and there's no minimum loan amount right now.
You doing rehab only loans?
Yeah, we're doing rehab only loans. There's no minimum loan amount. We just started that program. I was going to roll it out on Monday morning.
I need that.
Yeah, we're doing rehab only loans.
I need that.
No minimum loan amount.
So for everybody that already bought houses that's sitting, I was about to say, what's the credit score they need?
620.
So with a 620 credit score, I'll call one of my clients like, yo, you got a 620 credit score. I can get you the money to fix the house.
Right. So there's no minimum loan amount, but don't come to me with no needing $20,000 and $30,000. I don't like to present those kind of loans. $50,000.
No. None of my clients. I think all of my clients need about $60,000 at minimum.
Yeah, definitely.
They need about $60,000 to put in them. So now everything that we set up to do 3 years ago is coming full circle.
Right. So that's why I like.
When did you get this loan?
Yesterday.
You would say that.
I did yesterday. Last
that
night,
ain't
right
funny,
right at 5:02.
Okay.
Remember you called me and I was like, I was talking to my lender and all that kind of stuff.
That's a game changer.
That's what we was going through, but
Marnay, that's a game changer.
That's why I had to stop saying that Cleveland program didn't work. It did work. It just took more time than what we thought. Because we had the blueprint, right? You created this whole blueprint, but we had to remember that we started years ago. But because we know what we know today, we're going to take it here and we're going to pump it, right? But the city wasn't ready for that.
Yeah, definitely.
So it wasn't
shout out to the city of Cleveland, let alone city of Cleveland. Shout out to the city of East Cleveland. The city definitely wasn't ready for one, for the volume, for two, what I was bringing. We was getting so much pushback, but we only really came there to spend a ton of money and really help.
And rebuild the community.
And help rebuild the community.
Provide jobs, provide income for the city. But they weren't ready for it, and they pushed us out. Instead of helping us to help them, they pushed us out.
Yeah, they pushed. Well,
pushed us out.
You know really what it's about. I mean, a lot of times, people things that they don't see. It was just so much happening so fast that all they was worrying about was how much money I was making, not how much money I was really generating. Do you know for the city of Cleveland, East Cleveland mainly, like we generated millions of dollars. Mm-hmm. So if I'm owed $5 or $6 million right now, could you imagine all those old water bills, all of those old taxes, all of those old gas bills that we paid, that got paid off, and that revenue went to the city. Not to mention there are new current tax people that are being taxed because of that. So if I sold 1,000 doors, just think of 100 houses. The hell with 1,000. Just think of 100 houses, right? If you sold 100 houses and each house had $5,000 or $10,000 in debt completely. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. That's $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to understand that when I would buy one house, it might be $18,000 in back taxes and water and stuff like that. Just one house. You know what I'm saying? And it's just times that times 10. You know what I'm saying? 10 houses. That's $1.8 million. I'm sorry. That's $180,000, right? Not to mention if we go with 100 houses, like I was saying, 100 houses, that's $1.8 million. That money that just went out to the city, the title companies made money. The state made money. The city made money. Like, it was so much money being generated. And the people really, what happened was we had a program, a foolproof program, that all the people had to do was pay us. Because let me tell y'all why I had the construction program. Because they didn't want to loan y'all no money. They didn't want to loan y'all no money. I was loaning y'all my money. They didn't want to loan y'all no money. So the people that had to put $20,000 down to $500 a month that failed to comply, y'all hurt the business. Y'all set yourself back, and then when it didn't happen, it's like, man, I got money tied up. I bought a house and it's on the condemned list. Yeah, it's on the condemned list because they're gonna tear it down because you never paid us to do the construction when that was the initial agreement. Like, yo, put 20 down, pay me every month, I'll do the construction. So a lot of these properties are on the condemned list because y'all dragged y'all ass. So now that we got funding in place, now we can go back, which no other person in their right mind would go back and help the same people that, you know what I'm saying? But the reality of it is, I love it when a plan come together.
I keep telling you, you're not in your right mind, so you are the perfect person.
Yo, no, if we getting funded and financing though, if we getting funded in Cleveland, it's showtime.
Well, one thing I can say about you is you're not a quitter. You're gonna see it through. You said that you was gonna go to the city of Cleveland and East Cleveland and rebuild that community, and that's what you're gonna do. And I'm gonna stand by you and do it and help you out.
Yo, listen, when?
Now. I'm here, right?
No,
you know where I'd rather be.
I know. But what I'm saying is, when can the first loan get popping? Can we go now?
I'm starting Monday.
So 620 credit score.
Listen, everybody that owns a property in Cleveland, whether you want to sell it or you just want to get the rehab loan, fill out the application. If you want to sell it, I'm going to put a link in my bio if you want to sell it, because we'll help you out with that too. But if you want to get the rehab loan, go ahead and fill out the application over the weekend, so on Monday morning I can get rolling. All right?
That's craziness.
I got a question right here. How many years tax returns do you need to get the rehab loan? Nothing. These are no doc loans. So I'm not going to ask you for no income documents. I'm going to ask you for your driver's license. You must have an LLC. If your property is not deeded to an LLC already, we could do that at closing. You need to show 2 months bank statements. They just want to see that you have enough money to like cover 6 months interest reserves and that you do business. You don't have to have, if I tell you, if you're doing a purchase and rehab and I tell you that you need to show $20,000, if you only got $12,000 in there, you put the other $8,000, you can go ahead and deposit the money. So it's no seasoning on the LLC and there's no seasoning on the funds. We just need it to be available when you apply for the loan, but there's no docs. I'm not going to ask you for no income documents. It's not, these loans are asset based. So it's based on the asset that you're purchasing or that you already own. So we don't care about your income. We just need to make sure you'll be able to pay the interest payments every month. These rehab loans, anytime you get a loan that involves construction, is a short-term interest-only loan. That means whatever you borrow, you're going to pay monthly interest payments against that money, and then at the end of the 12 months, then you're going to pay the total loan amount is due back. So,
is the rehab loan only for properties in Cleveland? No, nationwide. I knew that. I just wanted you to answer.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Diamante Financing finances deals nationwide.
Nationwide, yes. She's back like she never left.
Yeah, I'm back.
I'm in Indiana. Any funding? Yes. Nationwide.
Commercial deals, like the mixed-use properties, are a little different. They're not. So I'll explain that. It's a lot of detail with that. So
okay.
I'll explain that. But the regular duplexes, 2 to 4 units, rehab only get 100% of the construction cost, 620 credit score.
So let me say it for the people out there. So basically, this is what it is. You got two things. If you're looking to purchase a property, figure out what the purchase price is. If the purchase price is $50,000, cool. Figure out what is the budget going to be for you to fix it. If that's $50,000, cool. If you need $100,000, and I want to make sure I'm saying this correctly. If you need $100,000, you need what percent down?
You need
how much money
in the bank?
Yes.
Show 25% of that. So show at least $25,000.
So show at least $25,000. Now, what are they going to ask us for, credit wise?
For a rehab loan is 620.
620 credit score. No tax returns.
No tax returns, no bankruptcies in the last 3 years, no foreclosures in the last 3 years, but a 620 credit score.
A 620 credit score.
Let me say this. If you haven't already, go to the link in my bio and download that fix and flip loan approval checklist. I tell you everything that you need so that you can get approved.
And that's at Diamante Financing on Instagram. At Diamante Financing. DIAMANTE Financing on Instagram. Click the link in her bio, and you will be able to download the application.
The application and a free loan checklist.
And a free loan checklist too?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time on that checklist, y'all. I made it in Canva. I did it myself. I need y'all to go ahead and look at it.
So basically the checklist is you really telling your people what they need to qualify. So before they submit, they need those things. If they have all of those things, you're damn near guaranteeing it.
Yeah, yes.
That's crazy. So let me get this straight for the people out there. No tax returns. You don't have to have a job.
No tax returns. I do asset-based loans only. No tax returns.
So it's based on the asset, if the value in the asset.
On the asset.
And let me just say this, not to beat up on the lender, but do y'all understand it's asset based? Because if y'all flinch, then the lender owns the asset. You understand? That's why after you get into these fix and flips. After you flip, you take your profit and you start flipping with your own capital.
That's it.
All right? What if the bankruptcy was removed from your credit report? Then it won't show, right?
Mm-hmm. As a lender, I cannot answer that question because that's like me telling you to commit fraud. Because if you had bankruptcy and you got it off, you did something to get it off, right? But you had it. If you had a bankruptcy and you completed the bankruptcy, it has to be at least 3 years before we can fund you, because 3 years is enough time for somebody to get their stuff back in order. Now, don't ask me questions that I can't answer, y'all, on live.
Come on, baby. So I mean, how long have you been doing this?
I have been doing financing since 2014. That was the last aspect of the real estate stuff that we added, finance part.
You know what I love the most about when you did financing? What I love the most about it is there are people that come from our community that just simply can't get through the application process. And I think what took you over the hump was that checklist. Creating a checklist so if you could sit home and say yes, and submit these docs, you're gonna definitely get it, instead of getting a huge package or you speaking to somebody that didn't really, you know what I mean, know what to tell. What made you so successful in it is you knew what it took for you to get the loan. So all you did was duplicated what you did for yourself, and others was able to do it, and that was it.
So on the checklist, it shows you what you need to qualify and what the property needs to qualify, because you need both in order to get these loans. And it's not anything hard. So if y'all saw my video the other day when I told you what you need when you called me, it was meant to be a joke. It was funny. I loved it, but for real, that's what I need. Those 4 things when you call, that's what I need to even see if the property qualifies for funding.
So I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for taking my people's questions, and I know your people's had some questions. And thanks again for having me on here and allowing me to share in these moments with you. You know what I mean? I'm sitting back from the sideline and watching you, and I'm watching you grow. And once again, I'm super proud of everything that you have going on. I see the bigger picture. I see the future in this, and I see you touching people all over the world. You know what I mean? When you said you wanted to start networking, I kind of understand what you mean. When you said you want to travel and network, that means you want to network abroad. I know you're not just looking to just network with a bunch of who's. I know you're looking to really network with real people doing real things in real time. So thanks again for having me here, and I appreciate everything. And
thank you. I thank you for always supporting me. You, Greg, you guys out there, y'all always support me. Y'all know what Greg be acting up, and y'all always be like, y'all Team Nikki. So I definitely appreciate that. I appreciate y'all. Like, tune in for the rest of the for more episodes, because I'm just starting. This here was good practice for me. I love that all y'all was here with me today.
What we talking about?
I just needed to see if I could do it, and guess what? Y'all let me know that I can do it. So it's up from here.
See y'all later. I love y'all.
Bye.